You're watching News 3 with Abigail Dorsey, live action reporter Tegan McCarver, and weather with Zachary Johnson, only on News 3.
Good morning, I'm Abigail Dorsey.
And I'm Zachary Johnson.
A tropical depression is forming in the Gulf of Mexico, moving up toward Brazoria County. Because the storm is only a tropical depression, there is no need to be alarmed yet, but be prepared for anything.
Start gathering a checklist to help keep you and your family safe. Don't forget flashlights, batteries, first aid kit, bottled water, canned food, food for your pets, and blankets. Now to our live reporter, Tegan McCarver.
Thank you, Abby and Zachary. I'm Tegan McCarver reporting with a tropical depression taking action. We have wind speeds of about 20 miles per hour, almost a tropical storm. This storm will most likely become a tropical storm overnight. Back to you in the studio.
That was Tegan McCarver reporting, and now we will send things over to Zachary in the Weather Center with more on the storm's developments.
Thanks, Abby. What you see here is our forecast models taking the storm right into Brazoria County. We will see a lot of rain and possibly a hurricane in our near future.
Thank you for watching, and tune back in tomorrow for the latest on the storm. And I'm Abigail Dorsey, and this has been Channel 3 News.
From your news leader, this is a News 3 special report.
We're back at Channel 3 News. I'm Abigail Dorsey.
And I'm Zachary Johnson. We now have a named storm brewing in the Gulf of Mexico.
This tropical depression upgraded to a tropical storm overnight. With more on the storm, we now turn to our live action reporter, Tegan McCarver.
Thank you, Abigail and Zachary. I'm Tegan McCarver. We now have wind speeds of 45 miles per hour, which means we officially have Tropical Storm Crystal. Crystal could form into a hurricane within the next few hours. The storm still has a projected path going towards Brazoria County. It could possibly get as bad as the great storm that hit Galveston back in 1900. This hurricane reached wind speeds of 145 miles per hour, making it a Category 4 hurricane. It was the deadliest hurricane in U.S. history, claiming between 6,000 to 12,000 lives. It caused severe damage to buildings and homes, but because of this storm, it brought on the idea of the Galveston Seawall, which was built in 1902 to prevent future storms from causing destruction. Now back to Abigail in the studio.
Thank you, Tegan. So now we have learned the name of the storm. For more on where it's going, we'll send things over to our weatherman, Zachary.
Thank you, Abby. I'm Zachary Johnson, here with your weather. You can see a tropical storm Crystal is now forming into a hurricane, and soon enough it will hit the Brazoria County area. Hurricane warnings have been issued along the Texas coast. This hurricane will continue to get stronger as it gets closer to Brazoria County.
Thank you, Zachary. Now is the time to look at your evacuation routes. You can see here the roads that are in red are the routes you need to take to get to safety. Now is the time to make sure you have everything on your checklist and evacuate as soon as you can before the storm hits.
You can also keep up with the storm's every move with our hurricane tracking chart. You can pick this up at Kroger or our station.
Tune back in tomorrow for more on the news on Hurricane Crystal. I'm Abigail Dorsey, closing out on Channel 3 News.
This is a KBTX News 3 severe weather update from the Pinpoint Weather Center.
Welcome back to Channel 3 News. I'm Abigail Dorsey.
And I'm Zachary Johnson.
More news now on Hurricane Crystal. The storm is getting very dangerous. For more on that, we will turn to our live action reporter, Tegan McCarver.
Thank you, Abigail and Zachary. I'm Tegan McCarver. Hurricane Crystal is now turning into a very dangerous hurricane, almost a Category 5. If you haven't already, you need to evacuate the Brazoria County area. With wind speeds of 154 miles per hour and a storm surge of 18 feet, the hurricane is currently a Category 4. This hurricane is very dangerous. Be safe and protect your loved ones.
Thank you, Tegan. So now we hear the storm is now a Category 4 hurricane. We will now send things over to our weatherman, Zachary Johnson.
Hurricane Crystal's eye is right over Lake Jackson and will keep moving north until it no longer has warm water to fuel it. Hurricane Crystal is going to be very damaging and very dangerous.
Tune back in tomorrow for more on the news on Hurricane Crystal. I'm Abigail Dorsey, closing out on Channel 3 News.
You're watching News 3 with Abigail Dorsey, live action reporter Tegan McCarver, and weather with Zachary Johnson, only on News 3.
Welcome back to Channel 3 News. I'm Abigail Dorsey.
And I'm Zachary Johnson with more on Hurricane Crystal. The storm has passed over Brazoria County. We will now send things over to our live action reporter, Tegan McCarver.
I'm Tegan McCarver. Hurricane Crystal has passed over but has left a mark on this county. Not many houses made it through without damage. Water levels are still around 2 feet. Most people are left homeless now. We will have Tinley here to tell us what she went through during the storm.
I lost my home. I lost my family. I lost everything. I don't know where to go or what to do.
The aftermath of this hurricane is heartbreaking. Now back to Abigail in the studio.
Thank you, Tegan. We will now send things over to our weatherman, Zachary Johnson, for one last look on the storm's path.
Hurricane Crystal has officially passed over Brazoria County and is dying down as it goes further inland. A light rainfall is still happening in the county.
Thank you for watching and continue tuning in on more of this news on this heartbreaking story of Hurricane Crystal. I'm Abigail Dorsey, closing out on Channel 3 News.
I'm Zachary Johnson. What you see here is our forecast. Our forecast.
Wait, am I supposed to
I
go
feel like
now?
we messed up a lot.
I know, I gotta slow down. I was like, no.
Do we need coffee mugs filled with apple juice or something?
And I'm Tegan McCarver.
I could be 007.
Come here. Let me fix it.
Oh, that's so cool. Hurricane Crystal is going to be a very damaging and very dangerous.
Welcome back to Channel 3 News. I'm Abigail Dorsey.
And I'm Zachary Johnson.
More news on how Hurricane Crystal is getting very dangerous. For more news, we turn to our live action reporter, Tegan McCarver.
Thank you, Abigail and Zachary. I'm Tegan McCarver. Hurricane Crystal is now turning into a very dangerous Hurricane 5. Almost a Category 5. If you haven't already, you need to evacuate the Brazoria County area. With wind speeds of 154 miles per hour and a storm surge of 18 feet, the hurricane is currently a Category 4. This hurricane is very dangerous. Be safe and protect your loved ones.
Thank you for tuning in and keep watching for more news. Oh no, kids. That was Zach's fault. He made me laugh. We'll now send things over to our weatherman, Zachary Johnson, for more on last looks on the storm's path.
I thought I was told not to go. I'm here. Wait, I was told. Oh!
Where's our weatherman?
I forgot. Hurricane Crystal's eye is right over Lake Jackson. We'll keep moving north until it has no more